Hello and welcome to Big Questions. You sent us your questions and we'll share with you some of the ways that Christians have answered them. Now, you asked, why did Jesus die? And how is Jesus dying for us? These are great questions to look at during Holy Week, when Christians remember the story of how Jesus died and rose again. So today's video is about the cross. The cross. Why did Jesus die? As with all our big questions, there are millions of Christians worldwide, and Christianity has been around for almost 2,000 years. There is no one Christian answer to these questions. Christians agree that Jesus dying on the cross saved the world. They agree that somehow Jesus on the cross sets things right with God. The Bible itself contains different explanations, ways of explaining how Jesus died. Let's have a look at some of them. One story Christians tell to understand how the cross of Jesus saves people is about a battle and a payment. In this story, God is good and wants people to follow him. But there's also a bad guy. He's not as powerful as God, but he gets his power from persuading people to do wrong things. Once people do wrong, they are on the bad guy's side. God wanted to set people free from the bad guy, so Jesus volunteered to battle the bad guy. They did a trade-off. The bad guy could kill Jesus on the cross if he promised to set the people free. The bad guy agreed to accept Jesus' life as a payment to set the people free. However, when Jesus died on the cross and rose again, he defeated the bad guy completely. From now on, everyone is free, because Jesus gave his life as a payment and won the battle against the bad guy. This story is called Christus Victor, which means Christ is the winner. Other Christians tell a different story to explain how Jesus dying saves people. This story is about God as a judge. God is in charge of right and wrong in the universe. It's his job to make sure that justice is done. Every action has a consequence. When people do wrong things, they deserve punishment. God wanted to save people from punishment, but he couldn't bend the rules because he was the judge. So he sent Jesus. Jesus never did anything wrong, so he didn't deserve any punishment, but he volunteered to take the place of the people by dying on the cross. From now on, no one is punished by God for doing wrong because Jesus took the punishment in our place. This story is called Substitutionary Atonement, which means Jesus takes our place to put things right. Finally, other Christians believe that Jesus died to show us what God is really like and how we can live lives of love. People had often understood God as angry and critical. They killed animals and offered them as sacrifices to keep God happy, and were always worried about making God angry with them. Jesus came to show people that God is not angry, but wants to love them and help them to live lives of love too. In his life, Jesus reached out to people who thought God wouldn't love them. And even when people hurt him and put him on a cross, he didn't fight back. Jesus dying on the cross shows us just how far God is prepared to go to let people know that they are precious and loved. And seeing Jesus' example of love helps us to live lives of love too. This story is called Moral Influence Theory, which means Jesus shows us how to love. So there are different views within Christianity about exactly how the cross of Jesus saves. There are other ways too that Christians explain how Jesus dying saves us. But these are three of the main ones. Jesus buys people back from the bad guy. Jesus takes the punishment for wrong things in our place. Jesus shows us how far God will go to show his love for us. I love the first story, where Jesus defeats the bad guy and wins the battle. But remember, no one can tell you what to think. You have to decide for yourself what you believe. So what do you think? How does Jesus dying on the cross save us?